Welcome to Girls on Fire.
Hey guys, we are back with our June episode of Girls on Fire, and we are missing our third person this time. No more B-Hawk, but we do want to say a special thank you to him again. That episode popped off, so thank you, B-Hawk, for coming on, and we'll definitely have another guest soon. I know everybody really enjoyed when we had Sydney and then B-Hawk, and then we'll have to figure out somebody else.
Yeah, we're still doing damage control from B-Hawk, but we had so much fun. Glad that he could join, but seriously, I had to have some one-on-one conversations after his questioning. So, yeah.
I know, but it was all good. So we're happy that went super well and everything. But I don't know, who should we have next? Any ideas? I literally don't know who we should have.
No shade at B-Hawk, because love him, but maybe a YP, someone that was in the 40 under 40.
Yeah, I mean, I know I'd mentioned last episode how much I loved Allison Wolford. She had won the YP of the year. Maybe Allison, if you're listening, we're coming for you.
This is the key if you watch us. If you're watching, respond.
Maybe Allison, but we'll figure it out. But we'll have someone else again soon. And then actually, I think August is our 1 year anniversary of doing Girls on Fire, right?
Wait, are you serious?
Jamie brought it up to me the other day, and I was like, "Holy heck! It is almost 1 year."
Wait, I knew we had talked about it at AHRA. So that is, where has
Yeah,
the time gone? What have I done with my life?
literally, we have just been having the best time. I think it just flew by.
Maybe we can record our 1 year episode together at AHRA
Yes, that's a good idea. We should do that.
in Orlando. Have maybe like off hours, have some daiquiris,
Yeah. Yeah. No, so we are,
poolside.
I know. Actually, that is a great segue because we are going to, so Chris and I are going to HRA in July. Actually, well, let me
No,
first. We're going,
August.
oh, August, right. It was July last year. Okay. So we're going to AHRA in August. That is one of our imaging shows that we go and represent ICE. And then Kristen's going for HTM jobs because they have a ton of imaging positions on there as well. So they do a lot of imaging. So she'll be there for that. But well, first, I'm actually going to Amy with Jamie and Kristen Leaboy next weekend in Arizona. So make sure you come and see the TechNation and MedRench team there. And then, of course, we will be going to HRA in August, and we're throwing another party. So if you've came to our Drinks on Ice event before, KMG, King's Medical Group, is going to be sponsoring again. So thank you to them. But we're going to have all the details out soon. We've already got everything situated and ready to go. So you'll be on the lookout for that. I'm sure we'll have an update in July on this. So maybe there we can do some Girls on Fire things.
We have to get merch by then. 1 year, come on.
Well, yeah, I'm working on some stuff that maybe will get us some merch. So
Yeah, I don't know why I'm begging you. You wanted to use that as me. I'm like, come on, Megan, please. Like, we all want merch.
hey, John, if you're hearing, can me and Kristen get a sweatsuit?
John, if you're there, send us a sweatsuit to wear to shows. He's literally upstairs right now. He's probably like, stop.
This will be a really good test to see if he listens to our episodes because if he doesn't
Let's
say
be for
anything.
serious. Let's be for serious.
Well, this is a good time to go into our moments of joy because, we always like to start out on a positive note. To be fair, and we keep it real around here, Kristen and I were just very negative before we got on this call.
Megan, we're being a little too real today. We were
Well,
being so negative. It's also, fun fact, 8 a.m. where I am, 9 a.m. where Megan is, middle
yeah.
of the week on a Wednesday. We're just tired, you guys. We're just tired.
I'm like talking to them like they're going to answer me back. Just in the comment, if you want to talk to us in person, because everybody likes to talk to us in person at the shows and everything. One, in the beginning of the year, we were talking about the, like what was it called, winter blues, like where everybody has like seasonal depression and stuff. Now I feel like we're in summer mode, and which is going to go great with our hot topic later when Kristen and I talk about this. But I just feel like I'm just ready to like be outside. Like, can we work outside? Like, I don't know,
Mhm.
a refreshing like smoothie or cocktail, whatever your preference is. But I don't know. Do you feel like that too? Because I am feeling that way.
Do you know the like old, I don't, it must have been a Vine where like you go up to the window and it's like, hello, darkness, my old friend. And you're like looking outside. Like that's me. Like we have huge windows in our office upstairs and it's just like the beautiful grass area. And I'm like looking out the window, like that could be me. I
Yeah.
could be out there, but I'm in here and that's not fair. But
Which,
like, it's
yeah,
fine.
which is going to lead us to our hot topic later, where we're going to talk about to not feel guilty if you want to go be outside and do the things and use some of that PTO.
But first, our moments of joy. Mine kind of ties into PTO because I was on PTO end of last week. I was shocker, you guys. Don't be surprised. I was in another wedding.
What? No, you're never in
This
weddings.
girl wedding? Spending $400 on another wedding dress? Who, me? Yes, me. But I will say I had the best weekend. It was my childhood best friends, and I think we've talked about this before, but like there really is no like better feeling than reuniting with like your lifelong friends. And like my mom was there, my sister was there. It was like childhood best friends, and it was just like such a fun wedding, such a fun weekend, reconnecting and just like it was one of the more chill weddings I've
Yeah.
been to, which was nice. It wasn't like get up at 6 a.m. and start getting your hair and makeup done. We leisurely got up, had coffee, had Chick-fil-A breakfast. It was just like we caught up in lots of good like giggles and laughs and like having my mom was helping steam dresses and like I don't know, it was just a great weekend altogether. That's why I'm so tired and sound like this.
Mm,
Shocker. But that was my moment of joy was just like being with friends from childhood that you just know are going to be in your life forever. So it was just like a nice heartfelt like weekend.
that truly is the best. I that same experience happened with my best friend, who we were in kindergarten together, and our families like were best friends for years, and we just like grew up together. And like that was the same thing. My mom was in there steaming dresses, and like it's just like comforting, and you can do
It
whatever.
It's so cute. Like you look at it and you're like, wait, because then like one day, like, and when Aaron gets married, we're all gonna be back together. It's gonna be the same thing. When I get like, you just know like she was the first out of our like group,
Yeah,
so you get to like kind of see it, and then like we know that we're each gonna go down the line. So it was just really cute. And usually
that's
when I go to weddings, I'm like, I'm exhausted. We're taking a million pictures. Like, oh my gosh, I'm
yeah.
just like here. But it was, I don't know. I just had so much fun.
It just hit different.
It did. It hit so different.
Yeah. I don't know what my moment of joy is. I need to think of something. Oh my gosh, guys, I really need to pull it together today. See, we all have off days. We
We
all have
do.
days. Um, no, actually, I hate to be this person. I feel like mine is always revolved around something with working out, but it always puts me in the best mood. This morning, I set my alarm for early, and I was like, you know what? This is the only time I'm going to be able to work out today. Like, I can't do it at lunch. I can't do it tonight. All the things. I was like, so let me just get up. So I got up, and my apartment has an amazing gym downstairs. So I went downstairs and I got my workout in, and nobody was in the gym. It was like so nice, which is the nicest thing.
That is the best feeling, walking into your apartment gym and being alone. It's like, oh,
Yeah, like no one is in there pretty much the entire time, which is amazing. So like just being in there and like getting it done, and always know I feel so much better after I work out. So that has to be at least that's my moment of the joy for today so far. So and
no,
this.
I love that.
Yeah. And honestly, like I've always said, like this always makes me feel better when we record Girls on Fire. So that's always fun too. So
No, I know. I've been trying to go to the gym, especially now that we're starting a little bit later in the summer, our summer hours. I've been trying to go to the gym in the morning, and it even just, I like last week I walked on the treadmill for 30 minutes, nothing crazy, but I felt so much like alert, awake, ready for the day. I knew that I had done at least a little something, so I wasn't like dreading doing something later in the day. I'm
Mhm.
like, it really does get you off to a good start. I'm not doing it this week because I need to desperately catch up on some sleep, but it really does get you started for like a good part of your day.
It really does. Well, those are moments of joy, guys. But we have some fun news that Kristen's going to talk a little bit about. So they had their first virtual career fair. It was in May, right?
It was in May, which feels like it's still May, but it's June.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, so they had their first virtual career fair in May through HTM Jobs, and it was such a success. I know you all did it with TriMedics, so I want you to just talk a little bit about that experience, just in case any of our young professional friends out there want to join and reach out to you in Sydney about participating in this in the future. I think just was it seemed like not only was TriMedics so happy, but a lot of the people that went and were having interview or being interviewed were so happy too with their experience. So I want you to just touch on that if anybody's interested in the future.
Yeah, definitely. Being a newer venture, HTM Jobs is constantly learning how to adapt, grow, think of new things. So we had our first ever virtual career fair, which was a 1 day live event where candidates could register for time slots to interview directly with a talent acquisition specialist with TriMedics. So the biggest complaint that we hear on the candidate side is they'll apply for something and then not hear back for weeks on end. So we've kind of alleviated that struggle by having a firm date and time where you get face to face, even though it's virtual interaction, which is so ideal to ignite that first step in the interview process. And then on the flip side, the employer is able to have 16 live interviews at that time where they can connect quickly for specific positions and locations to help fill their roles at a kind of expedited process.
Right.
So we were not only able to schedule 16 live interviews on that certain day, but we provided 25 total resumes to the employer. So if you're a young professional and you're like, oh, well, June 16th, I'm on PTO, talk about that later, or I just have a really busy day, I'm not going to be able to make it, we still provide all of your contact information to the employer so that you can set time at your convenience. Because we know things come up, life happens. So overall, it was just a fantastic event. If you're interested in joining one of our virtual career fairs on the candidate side, we have a form on htmjobs.com under virtual career fair. If you want to go ahead and send us your information, or if you're an employer and you have tons of hiring needs, we can go ahead and speak to you on getting a month in the near future of being an exclusive employer to have all of your opportunities provided to us so that we can start scheduling interviews. So
Yeah, and we'll link all that information you just said in the comments or in the description of this episode too, guys, so you can find that. But Kristen, for the candidate side, this is free to them, right?
it's extremely free. You just go in and you select what position that you're interested in, what location, or again, if you don't see that, you can just let us know that you're interested in speaking with someone in the organization to even just learn more about who they are. I think one of the biggest takeaways that we took was TriMedics said that some of their interviews that they had, there was candidates that weren't even familiar with their organization. And I was
That's
like,
wild.
what? I
Yeah.
know. I was like, I'm not even a biomed, and I know we work with them, but like, I even know a lot about TriMedics just because they're, a huge employer in this industry, and people didn't even know who they were. So it's free for the candidates, and even if you're just starting in this industry, looking to get your second job, or even just want to connect with some of the largest talent acquisition partners in this industry, you're able to do so for free for 30 minutes of your day and just like expedite your process in growing. So we thought it was a huge success. And hopefully, as we continue through the year, there's going to be more and more employers. We already have some set for later this fall. So keep an eye out.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. So, like Kristen said, if you are a young professional, not a young professional, if you are somebody who loves their job, but maybe you know somebody that needs a new job, share this information with them because it was such a success. And like I mentioned, we will put everything in the description for you all so you can go ahead and go straight there to apply if you're interested in being in the next virtual career fair. So,
Like
awesome.
and
Well,
subscribe. I love
Well,
saying that.
great job, Kristen and Sydney. You guys do awesome stuff over there, and we just keep getting better.
Megan, that's how we got these Stanleys.
Oh, we love nice free stuff for doing our jobs.
We love positive reinforcement for just doing our day to day.
Yeah. Okay, well, I think we can get into our hot topic.
Hot topic.
Hot
Hot
topic.
topic.
I don't know why I feel like I need to say that because Kennedy's gonna put your voice in there for it.
I know. I want to re-record that. I think when we recorded it, it was like on a Monday when I sounded like this. I need to get these pipes fixed and then redo it.
We'll do it. We'll have a do-over.
Yeah.
Well, we found an article, so it's on take a vacation from work without feeling guilty. So we decided to do this because it's June. We're going into summer. Like the end of this month is considered summer. I feel like we're already considering it summer. It's so hot here in Atlanta. I'm sure it's getting hot there in Nashville.
Yeah.
So we wanted to do something, actually I had the biggest problem before we go into with this article. It basically talks about some topics and reasons why you might not want to use your PTO or take some time for yourself to just like get rejuvenated and just everybody needs a break, everybody needs a break. And I am one of those people that I hate taking breaks. Like I literally will work on my vacations because I'm a maniac. So I have gotten into this mindset recently where I feel like we don't need to be there, like we're allowed to take our time off. Our job doesn't make us feel, I don't know if everybody's job, but I'm just talking for our job. Our job doesn't make us feel bad for taking time off. Like we're allowed to use our PTO. It's normally like encouraged to do so, but I know everybody's not always in that same situation as us. So I think some of these topics that this article brings up is really good because it maybe help you get to that place.
Yeah, I agree. It's so weird. I had a conversation yesterday with someone about PTO and taking vacation because I was on a call and she was like, I'm going to be out starting this date and I don't come back till this date, which seems so long. But all of my coworkers tell me that I only take long weekends and that I need to take more time off. And I'm like, same. And that's what I'm literally talking about tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and Kristen and I were just talking before we got on our call. I was like, you know what? I'm turning over a new leaf. Like,
Me too.
why do I do this to myself? And especially everybody in the hospitals or anybody that's working in directly with patients or in the healthcare or like we know how brutal your jobs are. And we do, just sales and marketing. And I know that's important and everybody that does that. But like the people in the hospitals, you've heard the stories. We work hand in hand with these people, hearing what they put up with. You all need a break. You all need a break. So this is for us. This is for you. This is for everybody listening to this podcast. And hopefully some of these topics will make you feel a little bit better about using your PTO this year.
Amen, sister. Let's dive in.
Let's dive in. So one of the first topics that the article came up with that normally you like might feel or is if you're thinking you'll feel guilty, which we just talked about. So if you're thinking you're feeling guilty about it, one of the things it says to reframe yourself is maybe say, my contract provides for this vacation time. I'm not violating my contract by taking this time. I deserve it. It's part of my salary. If I don't take this time, I'm really shortchanging myself.
I didn't use all my PTO last year. And I was like, what am I doing? Like, and especially then in my mind, I'm a very much like, what if something, I'm a hypochondriac at heart. I'm like, what if something happens? What if I get sick? What if I break my leg? And I need to take like I'm crazy. And so I always save up a bit for the end of the year, but then the end of the year comes and it's like, we don't all need to be cashing in just to use it at the end of the year. So I've tried really hard this year to take more days throughout the year so that I'm not loaded up at the end. And it's been so much better, so much easier. I come into work after like taking some time off, and we'll talk more about that, so much like more re-energized. And like you said, I still do stuff on my time off. Need to be better about unplugging sometimes. But it's it's given to us for a reason. And I think that's what we forget.
Right. I think we just have to like stop thinking, like it said, like we don't deserve this. Like if you're coming to work every day and you know in your heart you're doing your best and you are getting your work done and you're, going above and beyond of what you need to do and you just feel like for yourself you're doing your best, why wouldn't you deserve the time that you're like this is part of your contract. Like I said, this is part of your contract. So I think we just need to remember that. Just like it's part of our contract that, for example, we have to come in and sell things. Like that's a part of our job. Or people in biomed, they have to go in and fix the machines. It's part of their job. They have to figure that out. So if we didn't do that, like, that why wouldn't we do that stuff? We wouldn't have a job anymore. It's just like if you don't have to take your PTO, you're just going to be exhausted and not be able to do your job as well as you could.
And being a young professional, I feel like this is the only time where we can really use our PTO for ourselves. Like
Mhm.
I sit and watch Wallace, who has 3 kids. Sometimes he has to use his PTO because his kid's sick. He's not even
Right.
sick. Or something happened with one of his children. I'm like, oof, that sucks. I'm using my PTO to go lay by the pool. So it's like while we have like our time, like as a young professional, like take it to go out there and like truly like live your life.
Right. Okay, next. If you're thinking you'll miss too much work, so they reframe this by saying, taking a vacation is healthy. When I return to work, I'll be rested and energized, which means I'll be able to do an even better job, even if I do have some work or emails to catch up on. Besides, if there's a situation at work for which I'm absolutely needed, I can cancel my trip. Okay. Well, I agreed with all of that.
Except for the last part.
that last part, maybe just yeah, okay. You'll be rested and energized. Let's go with
Well,
that.
okay. Instead of canceling your trip, we do this, and we were just talking about this. I was out half a day Thursday and Friday last week. I still brought my laptop with me.
Right,
I open it maybe once. It's just nice to have just in case. So if you're thinking, oh, I'll miss too much work, bring your laptop as a safeguard. Don't be glued to it. But you can always, like, even when I was driving in the car down to Athens, I got 2 work calls. I could have
right,
easily been like, this can wait till Monday. But I picked up the phone, hey, PTO, if it's urgent, let's do it now. If not, let's schedule something on Monday. That's so simple, so quick. And it put me like, ease my mind a little bit that it's okay to be out and push it till Monday. You just got to communicate that you're out of office, that it's okay, and it can wait till next week.
right. I think yeah, it's just a mental thing. Like I was the same way because like even at this job, other jobs I've had, I would just be like, oh, I'm gonna have so much to do when I get back. But if you kind of stay a little bit on top of it, like with our job, we're able to do that a little bit more. I know not everybody's job is like that. I don't know exactly what it's like to be maybe in a hospital setting where, maybe there's just coverage there so you don't have to worry about anything on that end. Everybody's different. So just relax. You deserve it.
Yeah, and like I think one time I overheard Krieg say something about like you guys know when, like, I trust you guys to take PTO because you know when you can and can't.
Right.
And I'm like, that's so true. Like, I'm not gonna take PTO before maybe like a super big, like I'm not gonna take PTO right before an expo
No.
unless like I just know like that I have a lot going on, or like right after. I
Exactly.
know I have a lot going on, so I'm not gonna plan, like you plan around your busy seasons, the hardest time. So you should enjoy the time off because you know that it's going to give you some time to re-energize before the busy times.
Right. We're all adults. Just make the best choice for yourself.
Just be smart.
Okay, moving on. If you're thinking you might miss out on a promotion. So they reframe it by saying, there is no reality to this fear. I scheduled this vacation well in advance and coordinated with my boss to arrange it. My manager said that this is a good time to take off. So I think that is something like I feel like people, and I used to struggle with this when I was younger. I would just think like if I'm not, I know, and we've talked about this a million times, I work hard. Like I am a hard worker. Everybody knows Megan and Kristen work hard. So like I don't need to like sometimes overdoing it can just burn you out anyways,
Yeah. I feel like I used to have to justify my PTO when I like first started. Like, I'm taking this time off because of X, Y, and Z instead of now I'm just like, hey, I'm taking these days off.
Right.
Like, let me know if there's a conflict with it. Like, I used to feel like I had to really justify why. And it wasn't any pressure from like the higher up. It was just me. It was my own mental blocks of like, I don't want them to think that I'm like slacking and like, you know, not using it. Like sometimes it's good to just take a day, like truly for no reason whatsoever. Just take a break.
Mhm. Well, and then there's other times, and I think we have to play devil's advocate because, like, okay, we're very realistic with ourselves. Some people are not realistic with themselves, so they're like,
Not to call you guys out, but
so like if you know that you need to be doing more at work, well, maybe you shouldn't take PTO. Guys, like I said, we're all adults, but like if you have been working hard, which most of us are, hello, we're in the HTM field, we're all hard workers here. Then you're doing a good job, then take it. It's
yeah.
deserved. But I just had to put that out there because sometimes I think sometimes people
Yeah,
can be.
literally people are gonna go to their work after taking like 3 weeks off and be like, but the girls on fire told me I can take as much PTO as I want, so I'm not coming in at all next month. Don't do that, please.
We're not doing that, and never use our name, honestly.
Hey, don't quote anything we say, okay? This is silly, goofy fun.
This is like where you guys come to chill and relax. Like, don't use us in a serious setting.
They go to their boss and they're like, but Megan and Kristen said that I shouldn't feel guilty, so I'm going to take 4 weeks off and you will never see me again.
Yeah, I'm just be like, no, we didn't, and I'm gonna delete this episode.
We're going to get Kennedy to edit all of this to say work harder.
No, work harder. Never take PTO.
How dare you?
Okay. And then the last one, which is just like so crazy, and I think honestly, I think we probably have all maybe I don't know, maybe we're just crazy and think this, but if you're thinking you might get fired, so it's saying to reframe it by my boss knows how dedicated I am. I'm a valuable asset to the company. I regularly prove my worth. I have nothing to fear. I mean, why? Like, you shouldn't even worry about it.
No, but I get, especially being like I said, like when I first started like working, I was so scared to ask for time off. I don't know why. It's just like I think it's a culture that we've almost like created in this like young professional world of like you have to prove your worth, which like you do, like you have to prove that you're a hard worker and like they're just not going to assume that you are doing everything, especially now like with hybrid being a big thing and working from home. It's like some people start their career not even showing face. They're behind a laptop. So like you really do have to put your best foot forward and make sure that you're showing that you are that valuable asset. But once you know and you feel established that you're doing your work well, like you should never feel like you're going to get fired for doing something that is so, so, so acceptable.
Yes, 100%. I have nothing
100
to
mic drop.
Oh my God. No,
Mic.
seriously. I feel like we just wanted to, like I said, we're going into the summer months. I know how hard everybody works in the healthcare field. If you're in sales in the healthcare field, whatever you're doing, maybe you're not even in the healthcare field and you're listening to us. Because in that case, welcome.
Megan, tell them what you told me as we were literally getting on today
Oh, about which part?
about what you're doing this weekend.
Oh, okay. So earlier this week, I was like, you know what? My mom lives in West Palm Beach, my family, and I was like, I kind of just want to go to Florida, and I have a ton of PTO, and I was like, I should just go. So I looked up plane tickets, and I asked my boyfriend, I was like, hey, do you want to go? And he's like, yeah, I'll go. And it wasn't too crazy pricing. And I was like, I called my mom. I was like, Mom, do you care if we come? She's like, no, come. Like my mom loves when I'm home. And I was like, I know I love when I'm home too. I'm like a vacation home in Florida. So I was like, you know what? Let's go.
See, that's like if you have the ability to do that, like do it. Like what's gonna stop you? I was like, Megan, you deserve that. Like you deserve a fun, silly, goofy weekend in Florida. Go get some vitamin C, have a good time with your family, and just take it. Do it.
So I was like, old Megan wouldn't have just done that. I'd been like, I can just plan this way more in advance. But I'm like, honestly, I asked Jamie, I was like, do you care? She's like, no. She's like, I literally,
No.
no, I don't care. And I was like, okay, cool. And then booked the trip. So book the trip, guys. Just do
Book
it.
the trip. Just do it. Gosh, I might have go out and look at flights. No, I can't. I literally cannot. But not because of work, just financials right now. I gotta chill.
Yeah, that's another thing you always have to think about. So maybe plan ahead a little bit so you can, schedule this into your financial calendar.
I have 2 beach trips next month. I'll be fine.
Oh, Chris and I are actually probably the people to come to if you want to go on a trip. We'll be the first ones to be like, life's short, do it.
I tell all my friends, I'm like, if you don't want to spend money, do not bring me around. Because if you hold up something like, is this cute? Yes, love, buy it.
Yeah,
Oh, should I go here? Yes, absolutely. Life's short. What's savings for if you are gone tomorrow? Like, I'm the worst person to bring around if you're trying to like be responsible. Honestly. I'm like, yes, do it. Life's short. We're young. This is the youngest you'll ever be. Go, do it.
yeah, I know. I mean, like, you never know what's gonna happen, like you said. So use the
Life's
PT,
short.
use
Use
it.
your PTO and don't be like me and literally not use all of it. Like, that's crazy. I was so mad at myself. I was so mad.
I know. So I know everybody has like different protocols and stuff at their companies with the situation. And that's why our boss just pushes us to like use our PTO. Like it's good for us. We all need to do it and everything, but you don't want to lose it too, So like make sure you don't do that.
Yeah. And like, I don't want to take like the entire month of December off. Like, I can't.
Yeah.
So I even took off, I think, like every Friday in December and still had so much. I was like, I don't know what to do with all of this. Like, I really don't. So I'm trying to be better. Like, if I'm really tired one day, I'm gonna take it.
Yeah. No, it's a good thing. As long as you're doing your best at work and working hard, guys, enjoy life. That's all we wanted. That was the message for today. Enjoy life.
Enjoy life, rainbows and kisses and love.
And on that note, we are all done, right? Nothing else to talk about?
I don't think so. I think we'll have a huge catch up on what we're doing this fall in July. It's a little early.
Yeah, this is like we said. Have a great month, guys. Enjoy your summer,
Summer.
summer. Have all the PTO, and don't tell your bosses that Girls on Fire told you to.
Don't tell your bosses that we encourage this, okay? It's between us.
Yay! Love you guys. Bye.